Okay, welcome everyone. This is Kristen Johnson at Search Institute, and this is the fourth in our series of CBO Social Media Learning Networks webinars. We have two great grantees that are going to present today. And so without further ado, let's turn it over to Kelvin Allen, and you can introduce your folks and get us started with your work.
Okay, thank you so much. First, I'd like to apologize. Nan Coleman will not be present today. So I'll be the only one speaking officially from HMCUC. I'd like to say that it's been a pleasure working with the River City folks, Angie and Ty. They've worked very hard with the students, and as they will explain later on in our presentation, they definitely have some challenging students to work with, but they've been able to get them to do some amazing things in regard to getting their Web 2.0 sites up and participating and all those good things as we desired for our young people to do. So again, kudos to Angie and Ty. With that said, I would now like just to simply defer everything over to Angie and Ty because they are the organization that HMCUC chose to use this grant to further the push to get social networking out there to young people and to use it as a service learning vehicle. So, Angie and Ty, I defer to you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure for us to be able to present today our actual participation in this project. And just to kind of give you some history about who we are, we are a nonprofit 501c3 community-based organization, River City Community Development Corporation. We were founded in 1990 for the express purpose of strengthening communities and improving the quality of life for our community residents. And more importantly, we serve communities of low wealth in providing assistance in affordable housing, business and economic development, youth development and empowerment programs. We also speak to a culture awareness and addressing issues related to seniors. So we've been around for quite some time providing service over time in our local community. And of course, today we're here to with some focus more specifically on our youth development and youth empowerment programs. Over time, we have provided services to youth of all ages, and more importantly, youth that are primarily at risk. We live in a rural community, and we serve a fairly high power level as it relates to youth in our community. Unfortunately, we do have a high school dropout rate and also fluctuating and low end-of-the-grade score testing in our local community. So we have a lot of challenges as we work towards trying to build and strengthen communities here in northeastern North Carolina. So that's just some brief history as it relates to our youth development program. Now, as it relates to focusing on our Web 2.0 project, we were very excited about working with Kelvin and Nan on this project because it really gave us an opportunity to empower our young people as it relates to technology and being able to expose them to social networks that they would not normally get the opportunity to really begin to start capitalizing and building a product. And I think that's pretty much what our end result is that we were able to really build a product with this project. So our students, both, again, rural and urban connections, has worked in collaboration with several organizations, including our faith-based community, in order to really, implement this project. So we pulled together some additional partnerships and resources to really assist us in pulling this whole Web 2.0 project together. But what we really used as a vehicle was our website, which is www.rivercitycdc.org. And we kind of used our website as a base really to get communicate this whole social networking product that our students were actually able to build, but through their community service activities, community service and service learning activities, as we integrate those services into our existing programs. And I think that was kind of one of the goals, is that we were able to take every program that we actually implement with youth and integrate this Web 2.0 concept into everything that we do. So they're living it and breathing it, and they're thinking it as we're working through this whole process that, technology has the ability to empower a nation. So just to kind of see what type of influence that they could see that this technology could actually do for us. So as we begin to get started, I just want to focus in right now more specifically on our website. So as Ty brings up our website, we just want to emphasize on some areas that we really worked on building. Our students actively participated in, brainstorming about how we can really actually build a website that will speak the message and show all of the various outcomes as we're working on service learning projects for our youth program. So as we scroll down to our website, and hopefully everyone is seeing what we see, that we actually integrated on our front page of our website. Is everyone able to see our website?
Yes.
Where you are?
Yeah, it looks great.
Okay. So if you come down to our website, we have actually, we're going to scroll all the way down. Okay. And then if you could see that we've integrated all of this on our front page, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. And I'm going to get Ty to talk a little later about kind of what actually transpired in the back room as the students and he were actually kind of building on the website. But we're going to come up just a little bit to this actual video. This YouTube video was incorporated into our front page just to kind of show, highlight one of the major projects that our young people have been working on over time. And this particular video, in this YouTube video, actually highlights our youth-built students providing an introduction into what we call group work camp project that the students actually assisted in implementing. This is where our organization actually were able to provide housing rehabilitation to over 50 houses in our local community. They actually were able to provide elderly, low-income, and disabled communities, provide a service to them by building handicap ramps, doing interior and exterior painting, weatherization. They did some roofing projects and the like. So we're just going to click onto that link right now and just give you just a little highlight or taste of what we actually, the students were able to really put together as it relates to an intro to this particular project.
Just a note, we'll be able to see it, but we won't necessarily be able to hear it.
Okay.
You put your phone on speaker.
All right, so we're going to click onto that.
River City Community Development Corporation will host, organize, and implement the 2009 Group Work Camp project in partnership with Group Work Camp from Loveland, Colorado. Group Work Camp is a proven program that prepares hundreds of teenagers and adults representing 14 states with communities like ours to provide home repairs for the elderly, low-income, and disabled residents. We will provide...
Okay, So that actual clip was just an introduction to some of the work that we were actually able to complete in our local community. Again, we rehabilitated, I believe it was like 53 houses of low income and elderly residents right here in our local community. And as a result of that, we were able to get some regional media coverage from that, where the local television station actually had to come down from Tidewater, Virginia, because we're located in rural northeastern North Carolina, so we don't really have a major television station here, but they came down from the Tidewater area, and then they actually were able to capture some of the coverage of some of the rehabilitation work that the young people did in the local community.
How would you react if someone offered to take care of pricey home repair free of charge?
I would say, what's the catch, right? Well, one Elizabeth City nonprofit is doing it, no strings attached. And your side there at Kerryman joins us now with more. This sounds too good to be true. But this time, guess what, Tom? It is not. This week, River City Community Development brought in a small army of volunteers. In all, 62 work crews took on home repair assignments for homeowners who can't afford to do it on their own and applied for help. Well, Ken on your side caught up with 2 very eager work crews and 1 very grateful homeowner.
Okay, so that was just a clip that we actually integrated into the intro, and we just put a little clip there just kind of explaining what was actually happening. So again, all of this has been integrated onto our front page of our website. So just to give you some additional information, I'm going to have Ty actually explain some of the work that he actually worked with the students in trying to get on our front page, some of the things that actually goes on in the back room as it relates to trying to get all of this set up.
Okay. As Eddie said, we kind of integrated all our social media sites on our front page, including Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. One thing we added was called a tweet widget, which is on our website. You can see it on the left side, on the left column under Follow Us Online. And pretty much a widget is a small gadget that displays specific data from one location. In this case, on Twitter, our actual account. It shows individual tweets from another location. It helps to connect our website with our social networking websites, and also our social networking websites with other social networking sites, like, for example, Twitter with Facebook and Twitter with YouTube and vice versa. And also, like with the actual YouTube has a auto share function that allows you to automatically share like a newly uploaded video to your Facebook and Twitter accounts. So pretty much that works well, because when you upload a video, when it gets shared to Twitter as a tweet, it automatically comes into our website onto our widget as a tweet. So it pretty much automatically updates, and it makes keeping up with what we're doing a lot easier. This video that we have on our page, the one that we're just viewing, it is a video that we uploaded with various other videos on YouTube. Pretty much what we did was we embedded it on the page. We're going to go to the...
So we're going to go to Facebook.
Facebook first.
Right, we're going to go to Facebook and kind of show you some various products that the students were actually able to upload onto our Facebook page, and it just shows you some various video coverage that they were able to capture, some of our present and past students, and being able to allow them to provide testimonials. You'll see here on the YouTube we have pictures uploaded from some of the various housing rehabilitation projects that we've worked on, we listed some of our partners in all of this. Our students were able to go to the homeless shelter where they provided landscaping. They did a landscaping project there at our homeless shelter. We've actually adopted a highway, and the students are actually participating on actively in the Adopt a Highway program. There's been some CPR training, and we've actually captured a lot of that. And as you can see, as things actually transpires within our youth programs and service learning projects that we're working on, that we are able to very, real time and able to come back and upload it onto our Facebook site. So now we'll go to YouTube.
Hold on one second.
Okay, sure.
Just wanted you to bring attention to the rural conference that the students presented at in regard to Web 2.0. This was early on. You have to figure.
Okay. Our students actually attended a conference in Hendersonville, North Carolina, where they actually did some research focusing on our high school dropout rates in our local community, and they were able to take that information and then integrate some the Web 2.0 into putting together a PowerPoint presentation that was actually presented at the Rural Schools and Community Trust's annual, it's a national conference. So they actually presented on Web 2.0 at this conference. But the whole focus was how to address the high school dropout rate in our community. And the students actually took it from birth because they actually started from the ground and doing the research and putting together the PowerPoint presentation and the video for that. And then they were able to actually present it at a national conference up in Henderson, but that's up in the mountains of North Carolina. So the students were really excited about that. And as you can see, we were able to come right back and upload some of that information and pictures and everything on our Facebook site. And one of the things that I just like to talk about is just how can we deepen the youth engagement in service learning activities and throughout the community. And I think that the website is a vehicle for doing that, but also being able to expose our young people to be able to access this information and resources. And we see down the road and being able to possibly provide a presentation to our public schools, our alternative schools, and even communities of low wealth. And one of the things that Kelvin and I have talked to at some length is the ability to be able to communicate and speak the language of our young people. The ability that technology has empowered a new generation, and that if we're able to effectively communicate positive educational information and resources, that our young people are able to really grasp that fairly quickly. We are really excited again about this project, and we're looking to work with our public schools and seeing how they can possibly integrate this technology into a lot of the work that they do. Unfortunately, I'm aware of that a lot of public schools actually block a lot of these YouTube and MySpace sites on the campuses because the ability for students to get in and abuse it, unfortunately. But if it's under correct supervision, we really think that these technologies have the ability to really empower a generation and to assist in increasing the outcomes of end-of-the-grade testing even have an effect on our high school dropout rates and some other social issues that actually transpire in communities of low wealth. So, again, I think this, we invite you, of course, after the conference to feel free to go to our website and browse through some of the photographs and some of the video coverage that the students were able to actually upload and put on the system for River City. I think it really has taken us to a new level of communication as it relates to how we communicate with our young people. So again, we are happy that we were able to participate in this project with the National Community Service Project.
I know we're running short on time, but I did want to mention before we end our presentation that on the Twitter site, that's become sort of a resource for the students, and they have begun to log in to the Twitter site on a regular basis as well. There's a lot of different URLs that they can click on there to get resource information. And they're beginning to utilize that. So right now we're sort of using our Twitter site as a resource for the students, and they're finally beginning to come aboard. And again, I'd like to say before we end, Angie and Ty have done a great job. Again, a challenging set of students who have a whole set of issues to deal with in regard to their life, but they got very excited about this social networking project. And again, I'd just like to commend Angie and Ty for their hard work.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, can you guys just wait a second? This is Kristen. My guess is that there's some folks that have questions. So
definitely.
We'll open that up for people to either ask the questions or type in the questions.
Okay. Well, no, we got to see.
Well, I'll ask the question now. This is Kristen. One of the things that we found that was challenging was that the young people in our projects like to take the video, but then we just got lots and lots of video that needed editing that they didn't have time to do. So were there certain things that you did to help make sure the quality was high? Because the clips you showed were great.
Well, yeah. With the grant, we were able to get cameras, camcorders, and cameras. Actual cameras, two of each, and both of them, the cameras and the camcorder, were HD, so that helped with actual, producing quality footage. With the HD camera, I did a lot of the editing. I used some software I got my hands on to do the actual editing. Once I got familiar with the actual software, I was able to go in and, do a lot of stuff like layering the actual video footage, and to add, graphics in with the footage, taking a bunch of different clips, because like when you actually do decide to make a clip or, actual movie, you have so much footage you have to go through, and you have to cut out certain things like audio, and actually bring it together. And, you keep playing with it until you get something that you, feel comfortable with.
Let me say this. Now, where the students really contributed is in terms of the look and feel of the video. You have to figure young people have a great sense of I guess, this video look because of all the videos they watch on television. So they have an idea of what they want. So they scripted their videos. They even the staging or the way they're standing in the video, they did all of that. Yeah, so that was where their input came along, and in order to have a quality project, Ty's expertise was definitely a part of that as well.
But did did you help them with some of that? Again, helping them know what makes good content, or were you able to they gave you good enough that when you edited it, it was really strong?
Well, yeah, for some movies, some of the actual footage that we shot, we had like limited footage, so some stuff we had to do a lot of editing, but some stuff that we wrote scripts for, when it's when you actually do plan for it, it comes out a lot better and a lot easier. So, it's less work that we have to do.
Okay. I don't know if you guys can see, but there are people, Dee Dee saying very cool from Campfire. There's other folks that are talking about how exciting this is. So any questions from other people that are on the line? I want to ask one more question, and then, folks, if you want to type in your questions, otherwise we'll give a big round of applause to these folks before we transfer to Heartland. But did I understand correctly when you showed that TV piece, the folks that came, the regional television coverage, do you think that was a result of some of the incredible short pieces that you were able to have students produce? I mean, is that how they caught wind of it?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with that, and then also our marketing efforts as it relates to what was actually transpiring in our community, as it relates to young folks and the actual service learning project and rehabilitating low-income housing at no cost, and with a lot of buzz in our local community as it relates to what was really actually transpiring with communities of low wealth.
No, it's just great. I think I remember meeting Kelvin in October, and he was talking about the power. I mean, there's many ways this can be powerful, but sort of that just promoting and getting the story out there.
Exactly.
And it seems like, you just have done beautiful examples of all these stories that then other folks are going to start picking up and saying, "Oh, we want to send our reporters, or we want to know more," because the stories are so compelling. So it's really, really fabulous.
Well, thank you.
Okay, well, is there anything else then that you all want to say before we shift to Heartland?
I think it was a great presentation. It was very good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you. And we're excited at HMCUC and River City with what we plan to do next. So I think Ty and Angie both see that there's a lot of possibilities for utilizing social media, and we're excited about doing even more.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you very much. And it was really fun to have a site just from the ground talk about what it looks like, too. So, Kelvin, thanks for having them be able to feature their work so specifically. That's great. Gives me an idea for next time for me.
Hey.
All right, well, thank